Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
He would talk about being happy and how nice it is to be married and all of that, and he would always tell me, I think you should get married too, it's really good, trust me. And I in fact wanted more scenes in the kitchen. I was like, why can't I have more scenes in the kitchen? I want to do the chef stuff. I'm very, very fond of children. I really like children a lot, and I'm always very happy when there are children on set. It's important to just be here in this moment and think, like, right now, what can I do? How can I make the best use of this?
Hello guys, today we have with us the ever bubbly, the ever charming Nithya Menen with us, who is all set to surprise us with a stellar performance in her upcoming Breathe Into the Shadows. Hello Nithya, welcome to India Forums.
Thank you so much.
First of all, Nithya, heartiest congratulations. Breathe is receiving rave reviews, and again we got to see a stellar performance from you. So how are the feelings right now?
Thank you. It's been great. I have also got to watch it only yesterday on TV. So I've been very excited. I've always been excited for Breathe for a long time. I'm glad it's finally out.
Were you anticipating this kind of response from the audience and everyone that you're receiving?
I always had a feeling about Breathe, and I always told Mayank that. I always told him I knew what it was going to look like, and I had a good feeling about it right from the beginning.
Okay. So far, the best compliment that you have received, and from whom?
Oh, I think we've got a lot of reviews and a lot of sort of like people, saying really good things about the performance, about the show. So I can't pick a particular compliment really, but yeah, it's been really good.
Okay. How has it been working with Abhishek, sharing screen space with him and your rapport with him off the screens?
It's been great. I think Breathe in general for me has been a lovely experience because all of the actors have been so good, and so they've all been great actors, and I have had pretty much interactions with a lot of actors in Breathe, including Amit and Shruti and all of them. So every one of the actors have been like fantastic, and so Breathe has been a great experience for me. I've really enjoyed it.
And Nithya, talking about a character Abha, do you find any similarities? Are there any similarities between you two? Because when we see you, you're a great chef. You're a great mother, loving and caring mother on the screens. Then at the same time, you're just crossing that extra boundary to make sure that, your child gets safely. Your child is safe and it is back to you. So any qualities that Abha has that you also have?
Well, it's a very hypothetical thing. It's not something too close to reality or something that you can say, yeah, these qualities are there. But you bring who you are into the character, and you play it your way, and you bring those things. She's a chef. I don't cook at all. I have never cooked in my life, but I enjoy playing a chef. I absolutely enjoy it. I in fact wanted more scenes in the kitchen. I was like, why can't I have more scenes in the kitchen? I want to do the chef stuff,
But again, it was lovely watching you. And when we talk about your co-star Abhishek, Abhishek is known for pulling a lot of pranks on his co-actors, and then just bringing a lot of liveliness on the sets. So how has it been? Any memory that you recall from him, or any anecdote that you recall from the shooting, and one quality that you liked about him?
Yeah, Abhishek is actually like very fond of playing pranks, and kind of being a brat, and making jokes and keeping it light. But yeah, the series needed all of us to be very intense, because the characters, the emotions and everything was so intense. It was something that I feel I could not afford so much to spend time on being too light. I wanted to pretty much be like there emotionally.
Okay. Any because there are a lot of gripping scenes. I saw the first four episodes. There are a lot of gripping, intense scenes. So any scene that has been difficult to pull off, or something that you still recall was very, it it took a lot from you. Anything of that sort?
In general, I think acting in any film, even if it's something light, it does take a lot from you, and it is emotionally quite draining. It happens on a daily basis. Um, so Breathe, of course, being so intense in its just the content, it is quite a consuming thing. But I have to say, I really enjoyed it more than anything. So for me, it didn't feel like a difficulty, or it didn't feel like I'm, oh, this is something that's challenging. It was more exciting. It was more like, ooh, look at that scene, so beautifully written, and there's so many layers I can portray. So it was more of that an excitement to play it. I didn't really feel a difficulty anywhere.
How is it, working with the child artist on the set? Is it easy? Is it
Oh,
difficult? Is it
fantastic.
tricky?
No, she's very good. So it's not very difficult to work with her. And she's a natural. She's very good. You can see that. She was very fond of me. I immediately struck a rapport with her. I'm very fond of children. I really like children a lot. And I'm always very happy when there are children on set. It makes my whole work feel a little more fun. So I struck a rapport with her almost immediately. So it was very much like a mother child thing. It was not very difficult for us to relate to that.
Talking about yours and Dulqueer Salman's friendship, he's very vocal about praising you. So, did he watch Breathe or the teaser, or what was his compliment or comment about after watching the teaser or the trailer? What did he tell you?
No, I've not spoken to Dulquer.
Okay. Recently, I've been reading articles. So there have been a lot of articles going around that he was the one to convince you to get married. What was it all story? If you could just tell us.
I'm not married.
No, not married, but he convinced you to, you should get married. That's what I
No,
read.
not convinced, but yeah, he does. He's someone who, because we did two films back to back, and we spent a lot of time together doing that. Okay, Kanmani and 100 Days of Love. So while we were shooting, we were like buds, we were like buddies. So we would always talk about stuff, and he would talk about being happy and how nice it is to be married and all of that. And he would always tell me, I think you should get married too, it's really good, trust me, and all of that. So yeah, it was just that. It's not like he convinced me to get married.
Okay. And the story is making a lot of rounds. I like, it's better that, it is to hear it from you rather than, just believing the gossips all around.
Right.
Moving forward to what kind of projects, what kind of scripts are you looking forward to in the near future? Now that you have a good hold on the Bollywood and the Hindi film industry as well.
I hope that there'll be good scripts that come by, good directors, good filmmakers whose sensibilities, good writers whose sensibilities match with mine, and that I get to play roles that showcase my potential to the fullest. That I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, coming back to the shades, different shades. In the last episodes, we see a shade of where you require to play a lesbian, sort of. In the fourth episode, it just dropped there. So, did it require different kind of did you prepare yourself mentally? Okay, then you have to get into this kind of character or stuff like that.
I wasn't playing a lesbian, but it was part of that whole thing where we have to put up a certain front to sort of convince a person, and that was what it was. So I didn't really need to play a lesbian to do that. So yeah, no, it's to me, it's just a part of the entire flow of the character and what we are supposed to do. I don't think any of the other things that we were supposed to do was less unusual. it was all extremely unusual and extremely strange. So I didn't see this as standing out or anything. I just thought it was, for me, it's a performance. It's part of that entire performance. It doesn't stand out in any way.
What was your first reaction, or what is the best element that pulled you to do this project?
I think you can see it yourself.
Okay, before we wind up, one last question: when do we see you next? Your future projects, if you could just elaborate a bit.
Well, I have a couple of films in Tamil and Telugu lined up, so we'll be finishing that as soon as the lockdown is done, and maybe then hopefully something exciting and new will come up now that Breathe is out.
Talking about lockdown, how are you managing your lockdown? How are you just managing your day-to-day schedule? What has changed in your life with this lockdown?
Managing is such a sad word. I don't think I'm managing. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. It's been peaceful. It's been calm. You have to manage something only when there's a problem. There is no problem. At least it's not in my house. And things have been really nice, and things have been going great. I don't easily get bored or anything. I don't need to do an activity to feel like I'm doing something. So I don't really plan my day or anything. I have the privilege now to not plan my day, which otherwise every day it happens. So I don't plan anything. I just relax and have a good time.
One thing that you have in your mind to do once the lockdown is completely lifted and once we're just free from the corona scare?
I think it's very important that we all learn to be in the moment rather than think about, oh, when this is done, what will I do? It's important to just be here in this moment and think, like, right now, what can I do? How can I make the best use of this? So, no, I have never thought of what to do after, because it's so uncertain and it's beautiful. And I like to embrace it, and I like to think about how can I make this time the most beautiful time and the most productive.
All right. One last message for your fans.
Go watch Breathe. It's, in my opinion, my best performance. So I think it'll be worth watching.
Thank you so much, Nithya, for interacting with us.
Thank you.
Stay safe. All the best.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.